Democrats versus Republicans versus Christians by Abraham Inetianbor. Patriotism is great, so don't get me wrong, but God's basic truths should never change based on who is in or out of political office. When did we become so confused that we don't seem to understand the difference between being a patriot and a Christian? Yes, we worship and honor God 24/7, but I am being specific here. There are things we can do before or after worship that is great and acceptable, but definitely not appropriate during a time that is specifically set aside to worship God. Ephesians 5:19. This is because Sunday worship has one audience, and his name is the Almighty God. How do you go from singing God Bless America, My Home Sweet Home during one Sunday worship to God and then singing This World Is Not My Home the next Sunday to the same God? Pick one, because worshiping God is universal and not recreational. You cannot serve two masters. Matthew 6:19 through 21, Matthew 6:24. This confusion about who we ought to serve is one of many examples why we seem lost in politics today. Jesus clearly stated his kingdom is not of this world, and if it was, he would call on his angels to fight. Our civic duties or political affiliation should not be more important than the cross. Most Republican Christians said Bill Clinton is a liar and a cheat who does not belong in the White House. In contrast, the Democratic Christians couldn't care less and praised him for caring for the poor by creating a better economy. Now, Donald Trump couldn't be characteristically worse if he tried, and the defensive position switched among these same Christians of both parties. George Bush was called a murderer by some Democratic church leaders when he went into Iraq. And Republican church leaders said Barack Obama will rot in hell with all the homosexuals. We are so busy chasing after elephants and donkeys when our primary focus should be on the party of the Lamb that was slain on Mount Calvary. We are better than this. We really are.